Hey everybody, welcome to another Quicksave Review with me, RC. A Quicksave Review, if you haven't seen it before, is basically a Let's Play and a review combined with the game that I am currently playing. And I'm currently playing Super Destronaut Land Wars. And man, I gotta put this song on for you guys to hear because wow. It hits hard. I don't know if this is a song that was actually created for the game or if this is like a royalty-free track that they picked for this budget title on Switch here. But I really like it. I dig it. It loops a lot, but I like it. It really gets me into the game. So, a couple years ago, 2018, it's close to 2 years, 2.5 and change, somewhere in there. I actually reviewed Super Destronaut DX, and that game is a Space Invaders clone, okay? It is a shoot-'em-up space game with a really, really cool set of challenges. Now, it looks like a couple years later, we now have the sequel, Super Destronaut Land Wars, but this, guys, this is no Space Invaders clone. This is an FPS. It is a arena shooter, kinda, sorta, and it's an arena shooter that I feel is it's kinda half-baked in a way. The gameplay and everything about it works really well. I like the look of it. I like the feel of it. But there's like a lot of little annoying things about it that I'm not the biggest fan of, but let's jump in just so I can show you what the game is all about. So you basically have your pick between arcade modes and challenges mode. So in challenges, they're going to give you basically a set of things to do in the game. It's like get 6,000 points in hard mode with a laser gun. Kill 10 enemies in hard mode with a shotgun. So you got to do those things to pass that challenge, and you can get a gold, silver, or bronze depending on how fast you do it. Arcade mode gives you a lot of different options to play the game. You can see I've only played 2 of the modes. I played Classic mode and Maximum Strength. Classic is like just the game itself. Basically, it is the game at its purest of heart, but you have a hardcore mode where enemies have more HP. Maximum Strength is actually one where you play the game with a rocket launcher, which is a lot of fun. We're going to jump into Classic mode here just so you guys can check it out. So yeah, like I said, I like this game. I like the core setup of it. I think really, really works. So you play as whatever nameless character here, and you are still shooting the little guys from the original Destronaut game, which is kind of cool. You blow them up, you take them out, and you collect the gold. Now, the gold is then used to buy stuff on this board here. So this is sort of where things they kind of break apart for me a bit. Basically, you run around, you take out the enemies, you collect the gold. You can collect health with these little plus signs that are kind of flying around. That is your health. Your health is actually in the top right above my webcam. You can see I'm at 45 health right now. Wow, I'm getting mobbed by dudes right now. This isn't normal. But I'm getting a lot of gold. Each gold is worth 100. I only know that because of one of the challenges that I took earlier. However, one of the things I don't like here is the fact that there we go, took him out there. I'm looking for health. For some reason my health is not. There we go, I just picked one up and then I lost it again. I don't like the way the gold is counted up in this game. You get 100 per piece, but for some odd reason, there's no spot on the screen that shows you how much gold you currently have, which, in my opinion, is a huge faux pas, because you don't know how much money you have here to buy stuff. The other thing I don't like about this game is the actual buying board. It's really clunky. You gotta make sure you kill all the enemies around you. There's no actual time between rounds when the enemies show up to buy stuff. There's no safety zone. Like, they should give you like a safety box or something like that to stand in so they can't take you out, right? And I could be completely wrong on the health thing too. I see all these pluses up in the air here, but I know that I'm jumping into them and it's not giving me the health. So I don't know how I was actually gaining health before. I thought I was running into those things. Let's see if we can finally buy a shotgun now. There we go. We can finally buy a shotgun. Not sure how much money I actually had. But like I said, that is one of the things I am not the biggest fan of. But it is cool that they do have the options in the game to buy upgraded guns and that kind of thing. It's pretty cool. I actually like the feel of the guns. I like the way the jump feels, all that stuff. But as you go to next here, you can see you can buy a coin magnet. Can't buy that. You can buy more coins. You can buy max health up. You can do less damage if you so choose. I'm not sure why you would want to do less damage. Unless that means the enemies do less damage. I really don't know. It's not very descriptive. And that's one of the other things about this game. It's not very descriptive about what you're actually doing sometimes or how things are being affected. Just like how it doesn't tell you how much gold you have in the main classic version of the arcade style, you know? It's kind of annoying in a way. Just really wish that they gave me a second to look at the store without enemies attacking me from the back, you know? And I find it, look at it, we just started Rampage here too, which is really fun. You just shoot from both sides here. It's like a Kimbo from Blood or something like that. And you get that by actually racking up your multiplier in the top left there. That yellow bar that's currently going up, once that yellow bar hits the right side, you go right into Rampage mode, which, again, is a thing that I feel like with this game is something that they could easily remedy by just putting, you know, show the bar, like, going up in a more exciting way, you know what I mean? This game feels like, to me, like, it's fun to play. I love the look of it. I like the way it's put together. But it feels like the developer kind of got it to a point and basically said, okay, we're good. Where I do feel like, okay, it looks like by killing enemies, that's how you're getting health back. I don't know what the little pluses around here mean, then. I don't know what those are even about. But it feels like the developer got it to a certain point, basically just said, we're done, we're good. Let's ship it. Put it up for people to download. We're done. When there's like just a few little tweaks here and there, a few little changes I feel like could be made to actually make this like a really fun little arena shooter, you know what I mean? Because the fun part of it is already there. It's already fun to control, but it's just the little things I mentioned, like about the store, and just the UI stuff, and the fact that, like, you know, the guns are fun to use, but they have absolutely no kickback to them. The sound for the guns just is super weak. Maybe that's what they're going for here. I really don't know. Here we go. We got Rampage started. The other thing, too, is it sucks that Rampage just starts immediately when there's no enemies around, so you gotta kind of try to find them to take advantage of the Rampage, and there you go, Rampage over. So you don't really get to choose when that sort of pops in. I've never been a big fan of, like, power-ups just kind of starting without giving you a second to breathe, you know? There we go. See, Rampage started again, but at least we got some enemies around us here. So because of that, it's actually a little bit hard to, like, garner, like, a good strategy. The overall size of every level is pretty much the same. The levels are set up into quadrants, so where you are in the store area here, you're basically just 4 squares, and in each square, you're going to have these different blocks in the middle just to give you, like, some variation. Each challenge you do seems to use the same kind of setup, but the blocks in the middle of each square or each quadrant do change. And that seems to be like the bread and butter of the game for, you know, changing things up. Other than that, the maps are always going to pretty much look the same. There's not much variation there. There we go. See, Rampage started again. No enemies around, which is a real... Now, there we go. Here's an enemy. Now, the other thing, too, is I don't know how long Rampage is supposed to go on for. Like, is it only 10 seconds? Is it 5 seconds? Like, give me a little timer. Give me a little bar in the middle that, like, counts down to show you how much time you got left in Rampage. You know what I mean? Again, another, like, little UI thing that really should be added to kind of, like, help the player out a bit here. Let's see. What else can we buy? Whoa! See, we're getting shot here because the enemies around. Faster bullets. I don't know, sure, why not? More damage. Faster move. Faster shoot. We just had a ton of gold that we weren't using. It is fun, though, I will say, to, like, jump around, not have to reload. It's just, you're just running around shooting everybody, which I think is a lot of fun. I guess really you could just hold down the shoot button at all times because there's no reason not to. You don't have bullets, you don't have reloading. Especially when you get that Rampage. But yeah, I mean, that is the game pretty much in a nutshell here. I think what we're gonna do, let's actually quit out here. And this is the other thing too, is that like the menu is super plain as well. Like the menu could have had like the enemies on screen. It could have showed like in a tracked mode where they're like in the background maybe there's a movie of the game playing, like some guy, or like even clips, like 10-second clips of somebody doing something cool, like going back and forth. That would be pretty fun, but they don't add that in there. The how to play area is just kind of like, whatever. It's super like, who cares? Arcade mode, like I said, features other modes here as well. Maximum strength seems. I played that once. That's pretty fun because you get nothing but a rocket launcher. Let's check out Snail Mode. It says you're slow and can't jump. What can be better? So this is almost like a a mode where you are pretty much just eating it here. We are super slow. But the game itself doesn't really start getting too difficult until you're hitting like, probably like waves 5 and stuff like that, Once you hit that point, you've got a little bit further. There's no big deal there. This mode isn't really that exciting either. You're still hunting enemies around. One of the other things this game needs too, something I thought of earlier, I want to make sure I mention it before we're done here, is like a radar. Because it's like a 4-quadrant map every single time, why not put a radar in there? A lot of the challenges call for like finishing up enemies in a certain way or with a certain gun or whatever it is, and it times you. But what's unfair is that you don't know where the enemies are to like get, take them out. So it's like, if you want to get a gold medal for one of the challenges, and you got to do it within 10 seconds, you got to find those enemies quick. And you're pretty much just sort of like mysteriously hunting for them every time you go. That would help with the rampage thing too, to know like, oh, there's a red clip, in the next area here. Let's go ahead and run up there and use our rampage, or let's run up there and get our time, that kind of thing. Some kind of radar or map would have been really, really nice. All right, actually, this mode is pretty boring, I gotta be honest. But just like with the Space Invaders game, I feel like the real crux of this game is going to fall into the challenges here, which is pretty fun. So let's go ahead, let's do the very first challenge, which is you just got to get 2,000 points in classic mode with a machine gun. So here we go. You can see at the bottom, it says get 2,000 points. I feel like this is the most well thought out part of the game. New enemies, there we go, there's an enemy, boom. So right now we're being timed. We got to get 2,000 points. We have to kill a certain amount of enemies, and we're basically just searching for enemies. So like I said, radar would be really nice. There we go. We got our time. Do we actually get a gold? No, we're still silver. So see, this one you got to get within 20 seconds. I was nowhere near because I had to go searching, and that is a little bit of a bother for me. Not a hard challenge, but hard to get the gold because of that. Let's go ahead, and I've left off at stage 6. Let's jump in. It says we got to get 6,000 points on hard mode. What did it say? With a shotgun, I think it said. So let's do this. There are 30 challenges altogether. Like I said at the beginning, oh no, we're using the laser. That's cool. It's like a railgun, really, from Quake or something. There we go. Look at that. That should be a gold, right? Ah, we got a gold. No big deal. Oh, that's really weird. We're still in the same arena from before. We can collect all this gold. Alright, so we gotta just kill 10 enemies, but we're playing on hard mode, so keep that in mind. But yeah, there's 30 challenges. Keep in mind this is a budget game. Content is going to dictate or be dictated by price and budget and that kind of thing. These guys do shoot a lot quicker on hard mode. Hard mode does offer more challenge, doesn't it? Yeah, 6 enemies to go. Don't know where they are. There's that guy. There, we got him. This guy is making his way over here through the corridor. 3 to go. There's 2 of them. One more. One more. Where are you? Man, this is going to be a bronze for sure. No, that was a silver. So they're pretty forgiving on the silver, but not on the gold. But yeah, guys, I think you get it. That is Super Destronaut Land Wars. Like I said, I feel like it's a really cool game with just like, it's like 65 to 70% where it needs to be. Like it needs the radar map. It needs some UI changes. It needs a better way to buy stuff. A lot of little things like that could really, really help this game, I feel. And it's unfortunate. It's kind of like this is probably where it's going to be. I don't know if the developer's going to update it and change things, but I wish they would. Even the menus need a little bit more pizzazz added to them here. At least they have a statistics screen, which is cool. You know, it tells you how many enemies you killed, how much money you collected, how many bullets you fired, that kind of thing. So, you know, not a terrible game, but I guess this is what you get for a budget game, right? Guys, I want to say thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video or if this review helped you in any way, go ahead, tell me GGRC in the comments. And of course, guys, I'll see you all in the next Quicksave Review. See you then.